24 CH primeur, 24 heures avant tout le monde, seulement avec l'application Belle Télé.
It's here Lars grew up on this road and a little bit or more over this road because it's a blind road that we played a lot of hockey. They were playing with his older brothers there, so they had a lot of fun out here, day in and day out. And yeah, it was a very good time for us.
My dad lives and breathes hockey 24 hours a day. He's coaching one team, he's managing another team, and he's commentating on TV on the side. So he's involved in every single way you can be, and he loves it, and it's been his whole life.
He was only 1.5 years. He could speak, he could walk, he went to the rink very often.
He's always been very supportive of me, but he never needed to push me in any way, because a matter of no time I got to love the game, and it came very natural to me.
Lars, he got some influence from me and his older brother, because we also played hockey, and his dad too.
Wanting to be where they were at, and being hopefully even better and seeing what they accomplished, and just following their footsteps.
He wanted to be a goalie, so he got a glove. We have a lot of fun with that, with a ball at home.
As a kid, I thought the masks were cool, their equipment was cool, because it was different from the rest of the players, and I collected tons of hockey cards with Patrick Roy.
His team was a very good team, so when he was in the net, there was no shots.
We won every single game, almost 10-0, or there wasn't a lot of shots in net, so that got boring pretty quick.
He quickly found out it was more fun to score goals, so he stopped being a goalie and started being a center forward instead.
I was Lars' teacher for about 10 years. I started in the 1st grade and he left us in the 9th grade. He was a very good student. He was very competitive.
Hockey players didn't have the best reputation at my school for some reason, so when I came in and I was going to be a student, he thought, oh no, another hockey player. He was a handball guy and a soccer guy, and he taught those things on the side too, so he's like, hey, we should play these sports instead of hockey. And thinking of NHL at that time was, that wasn't even in the picture.
I think he chose hockey because he was so much better at it. In hockey, he could score 5 goals every game, but not in soccer, and making big hits and stuff like that. I know he liked that.
We used to play a lot when we were younger. I'm 27 years old, and I play professional football in Lyngby Ball Club.
Me and my cousin Lars was best friends growing up. We would spend our whole childhood together.
Me and Lars would compete in everything. Like, we would compete at tennis, soccer, hockey, PlayStation.
We made a promise to each other when we were kids that if one of us was not going to make it, then the other guy would take care of him. But fortunately, both of us made it to the professional level. That was good. It worked out for both of us.
So every day he took his bike, went to the rink, went on ice on his own, just practicing on his own. He was at the rink day in and day out, many hours every day.
Lars played in the local hockey club, and I found out he was playing on 3 teams, because one day he was on the podium 3 times. He was champion of 12 years old, 14 years old, and 16 years old.
Lars Eller as a player back then, obviously he was very skilled. If you had like 10-15 guys like him, it would be a dream come true for a coach, because he was coachable and he listened and he wanted to improve himself all the time.
Brian was always a very strict and disciplined coach. He really made people compete against each other, so he made every practice a competition and not just going through the motions.
The thing that made Lars Eller outstanding is that he competed with Michael Botke,
who plays with the Phoenix Coyotes right now, and they were playing on the same team all the way up through the junior years.
Michael Botke and Lars forced each other to be fantastic players.
There was so much competition between them, who made the most goals, who scored the most points this season.
I couldn't have them playing in the same line because they wanted to score both and made the points, and they wouldn't give the puck to each other, so I have to put them in separate lines.
I honestly think if we didn't have each other to compete against, then we probably both of us wouldn't be in the NHL today.
It's obviously something, when you think back on it, it's pretty impressive that we both came from such a small country, and we both made it out of there. But I'm sure without his help, I wouldn't be here either. So it's something that goes a little bit beyond a friendship, I think.
We had to play the World Cup in Quebec City, and first we went to the Bell Center in Montreal and went to the locker room. And Lars, he got the pictures of Saku Koivu's booth down there, and we were talking about how much fun it would be to actually be there and play in Montreal. And then suddenly 5 years later, he was there, so that was a big thing. But having your own brother playing in NHL, and especially for the Canadiens, one of the original six, it's the greatest thing you can ask for.
He loves being in Montreal, and he's talking about it all the time in a very positive way. So
it makes me proud to have been a part of Lars Eller's hockey upbringing, or had the privilege of coaching him when he was a young. I'm proud of it.
Living ice hockey the way he does, that's I can't imagine a more feeling of pride than that. It's amazing.
You can't ask for more for your kids. He is doing what he wants, what he likes.
J'espère que Lars pourra aider le Canadien à gagner le Stanley Cup. Go Habs, go!